Welcome back. All right, so the Minnesota-St. Louis series is now tied. We are now looking at a best of 3 here as well. So that is 2 tied series today. Will we have all 4 tied? We're going to find out by the end of the night, right? So it was Fleury versus Binnington. Binnington had not won a game in the playoffs since the 2019 clinching game in the Stanley Cup Final against the Boston Bruins. That was a Game 7. So he had 9 losses in a row. Now, it's not all on Binnington, obviously, but it is something that definitely gets you graphics on the screen and has people asking questions. So they went with 11 forward and 7 defensemen. Or 11 forwards, 7 defensemen. It's almost as if they anticipated losing a defenseman, which they did. So big shakeup to their lineup. It seemed to go pretty well for St. Louis with the shakeup that was made. Hartman has a rush chance that's saved. Buchnevich then has one that's kicked aside on a 2-on-1, so good opportunities both ways. Saad fires high on a fast break. The Wild, Blues thought they were guilty of a delay of game. The officials talk it over and say no. So the fans boo that. They weren't happy. Good news for St. Louis fans. They'd be happy by the end of this one. So Parayko with a rush. Kyrou was denied, and then he scores. He gets the goal from Buchnevich and Parayko at 4:19. Scored on his own rebound. So as Fleury makes a nice save but kicks out the rebound, and then Kyrou puts that in. The teams in the playoffs so far, and this included this morning's game between Boston and Carolina, 21-4 when you score first. So scoring first in the playoffs is a big deal, which shouldn't be a huge surprise, but there it is. So in this series, also the team that scores first is 3-0. This was a game, though, that was different in that the team that scores first doesn't get 4 in a row. So that was a bit of a change. Then we have Kaprizov to Hartman. Hartman deflects one high on the next play. Kyrou steals one from Zuccarello. Falk has 2 shots that are saved. The second opportunity was held. Jost has a rush chance that's held onto as well. Binnington didn't look nervous. I thought that was noteworthy. Because, of course, 2019. Does he look nervous? No. Blues get a power play. Mikkola took a high stick. It ends up being a 4-minute call there. Perron blasts one wide. The next Perron chance was blocked. Then there's a near miss for Braden Shen. Tarasenko's denied. The Wild cleared it out. O'Reilly was denied as well. The next chance for O'Reilly deflects out. Perunovich has one that deflects out as well. The Wild survived it, but St. Louis gets 7 shots during that 4-minute power play. So that power play, while being killed off, looked pretty solid. O'Reilly is then denied, and then there's a near miss for Zuccarello, and Kaprizov would score. At 14:06, he ties the game from Spurgeon and Hartman, and it was a nice press after being dominated in this game. That was only the 4th shot of the game for Minnesota, and the Blues had 14. So this is one of those situations where it's a tie game, but if you're behind the St. Louis bench, you're like, guys, we're fine. Just keep doing what you're doing. We'll be all right. So there you go. Blues would try to answer. Greenway and O'Reilly were unfriendly, so that leads to 2 minutes of 4-on-4, which both coaches disagreed with. Blues then get a 4-on-3 power play. Thomas nearly scores, but he's denied. There was a near miss for Kyrou, and the Wild survived another one. Bozak then fires one wide on a rush, so it's 1-1 after 1. Second period, Kaprizov has a rush chance that's saved. The Wild get the early press, and this is where you're looking at your key moments in the game. There was a near miss for the Blues on a rush. Parayko has a chance that's saved and held. The Wild would get a power play. They can set it up, but they can't get to the net. So that's where the Blues are, playing it smart. You want to set it up, cycle it around the outside, fine. You're not getting to the net. So that's what was going on there. Blues also kill it off a few times. Shen wasn't on the bench at that point. He did come back, though. I'm pretty sure Shen came back. But Scandella was out. Scandella played a little over a minute and a half in the first period and didn't come back. So Scandella would not return to this game. That is another defenseman that the Blues are down going forward in all likelihood. And I say in all likelihood because somebody could come back for the next game. It's possible maybe Scandella comes back for the next game. We just don't know yet. That was killed off. Then Delorier has a chance that's held. The shots are 4-1 for the Wild at 6.5 minutes, so they're playing very well at this point. Kyrou goes beast mode, near misses on that. Blues had some momentum at the half, and at 10:30 they score. It's Perron from O'Reilly and Perunovich. Perunovich making his debut in the playoffs today. Thought he played well. Not only that, but they had him on their first unit power play, so I thought that was nice. It was almost saved, really close there. And it's kind of an own goal for Foligno. Foligno tries to clear it. It goes in off of Fleury. So I went, own goal, Foligno. Kyrou adds another less than a minute later at 11:24 from O'Reilly. And it was a turnover behind the Wild net. So it's one of those ones you just don't want to see if you're a Wild fan. If you're a Blues fan, you can have that all day. Blues press for another. The Wild, though, they press back with 6.5 minutes left. With 5:58 left, the Wild get a power play. Fiala has a shot that's blocked. Spurgeon has a blast that goes wide. And we get 16 seconds of 5-on-3. Another one of those key moments in a game. You know, your bullet point of here's your key moment. So that 5-on-3. Fiala fires high. Good cycle. Again, not getting enough on the net. The Blues do kill off that 5-on-3. And again, that felt like a key thing that they're up 3-1 and they kill off both of those penalties. Hartman's then denied on a rush. Dumba can't bury it. Barbashev fanned on what would have been a buzzer beater if he'd gotten that one off. Not sure if it would have counted, but either way, it is 3-1 for St. Louis. The fans are excited. They showed Ryan O'Reilly's mom a lot, and she was clearly very excited with the game. Why wouldn't she be? Her kid was playing well. Third period. Early press by the Blues. There was a near miss for Tarasenko. The Wild would press at 2.5 minutes. Clearly understood this is a big game. They could have gone home up 3-1, right? Wild score. Is it a good goal? They reviewed it. It counts. No challenge for goalie interference from St. Louis. Boldy scores that one from Middleton and Fiala at 2:39. And it was a crowded Blues net. And so eventually Boldy gets that one there. Buchnevich then had a rush chance that deflects out. The Wild press, but they're kept to the outside. So again, it's that bend, don't break defense being shown by St. Louis. The Blues rush. They net crash for a goal. Saad has a chance that deflects wide. Fiala then has a chance that's saved and held. Thomas would fire one wide on a rush as these teams are both getting opportunities in this period. The shots are, or no, not yet. Wild have a 2-on-1. Hartman's denied. The rebound was cleared out, so it's a dangerous looking rebound. They do clear it out. Jost has a chance on a turnover. That deflects out as well. So smart stick work by the Blues here. The shots are 8-5 for the Wild with 8.5 minutes left. The Wild get their fourth power play, and it's pretty easily killed off. Boldy fires one wide then as the Wild press after that. Kaprizov has a shot that deflects wide. Some board battles going on in the Blues zone, which is fine with St. Louis. They're up by 1. They're doing their best to make sure that it stays away from the net. If you're fighting along the boards, it's not going to the net. Goudreau was denied on a fast break. Spurgeon has a shot that's blocked. There's a near miss for Dumba. The Blues clear that out. They pull the goalie. So goalie pull happens, and at 18:02, Perron hits the empty net. And that one was scored from the other end of the rink. So Perron, I would say 195 feet. Sure, 195 feet, he scores it. So it's Minnesota. They pull the goaltender again. With 1:30 left, though, Fiala takes a penalty, which essentially ends it. And then just to really put the exclamation mark on this game for St. Louis, O'Reilly scores on the power play to make his mom happy, too, on Mother's Day and all that. Perron and Falk with the assists at 19 minutes. Your 3 stars are Binnington, Kyrou, and Perron. Your final score is 5-2. The series is tied at 2. The shots in this one, 18-5 St. Louis in the first. Second period, 13-7 Minnesota. Third period, 12-9 Minnesota. Final shots, 34-30 for St. Louis. Power plays, Minnesota 0-4, St. Louis 1-4. Your hits were 21-20 for St. Louis. Fleury saves 29 out of 33. Do we see Talbot in Game 5? Question I have, I'm wondering what the answer is. Evason's kind of an unconventional coach. It's possible we see a change in terms of who's in net. Binnington finally gets that first win in a while. He gets the win with 28 saves on 30 shots. Legit, the first star. And I thought had an excellent game. Covered his angles well. Positionally sound. Yeah, good game all around for St. Louis. So this series is tied. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below regarding this game. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.